So sometimes at the end of the month, I look back at the books that I've accumulated and I'm like, are you proud of yourself? Like, are you proud of yourself for the books that you've accumulated? And you know what? You know what I say to myself? I say, you know what? I am. Yeah, I am. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie and it is time for my annual, it's not even annual, it's monthly. It's my monthly book haul. This is where I show you all the books that I got from the month prior. So this will be all in March. And you may be asking, where do you get your books? Why do you buy so many books? Look, I buy books because book buying and book reading are two different things. Okay, they're two different things.
I said what I said, and I'm not changing on it, okay?
And I am a queen of book buying. I am like the elitist. Okay, I see a book, like if the title's interesting, I get it. If it's an author I've read before that I know I like, I get it without like even knowing what it's about. If the cover speaks to me, I get it. So I tend to shop and browse Panko Books a lot. So a lot of my books that I buy during the month are from there. I do enter a lot of like random acts of kindness on Instagram. So while I'm not buying myself a book, I'm buying someone else a book, and in return, I get a book back. So it's like a win-win for me. So these are all the books that I have accumulated in March. Just sit back, grab a snack. It's probably long because, my goodness, I've got a lot of books to talk about. Okay, let's go. Disclaimer before we get started though, sometimes I don't know what my book's about, okay? Like I said, I'm impulse buy. I buy because I like the cover, I like the title. I put it on my wish list because it just looks interesting. So sometimes I don't know. Just take that for what it is because sometimes I just don't know. Okay, we're going to start with pile one because I got three. Look, I told you, elite, right here. Okay, so the first book we're going to start with is Oaths and Omissions by Sav R. Miller, which is book 3 in the, I don't even know what the series is called, but they're like they're based in mythology, loosely. The first book was Promises and Pomegranates, which was Hades and Persephone. I don't know what this one's about, but I went ahead and got it because while I didn't love the first book, I didn't love it, I liked it. So I want to continue with the series. So I already have book 2, so I went ahead and bought book 3 to go with it. But like I said, I don't know. I know the second one's like a rock star, so I'm not sure what the third one is. But I have it. And the covers are always so gorgeous with these. The covers are knocked out of the park every single time. So like, it could just be that I was a cover buy. But I did want to read it, but I'm just saying. If I hadn't read it and I looked at it, I'm like, oh, pretty cover. I'll take it. I then bought myself The Beast by Katee Roberts. This is the next book in the Wicked Villains series that I needed to buy. So these are basically retellings of all the Disney stories that you know, except the villain gets like the happily ever after. This is polyamorous, I think. I think it's an, I don't know if it's MFM or MMF, but this is Belle. And Belle is my favorite. If you could not tell, I love myself some Belle. Belle and the Beast, everybody. So I had to get this one. I've read books 1. I only read 1 book in the series so far, but I loved it. So I wanted to keep going. So this is Gaston, the Beast, and Belle. Like, say less. Like, you already had me because it was about the Beast, so I'm going to read it. I then got myself Happenstance by Tessa Bailey, which is another, like, Why Choose? This is Why Choose. I don't know much about it other than it's a girl and 3 guys. I don't need much to, like, I don't need to know anything else, really. So, it says bad things happen in 3s. Well, they might just disprove that theory. So, hello, I don't care. Like, let's read it. I'm excited. You know, Britney Spears, 1, 2, 3. That's what I grew up on. And then I was gifted An Optimist's Guide to Heartbreak by Jennifer Armentrout. Okay, so this book is the first in the duet. And this is I guess it's technically, I think it's like a best friend's brother romance. They're all like friends, I think, when they're younger, and something happens to her friend, which is the hero's sister, and they stop talking. She moves away. She moves back into town, back into the house that the hero grew up in, and she needs a job. So he gets her a job at the mechanic shop, I think, that he owns. I think that's what this is. Look, again, I just can't. I don't know much about the books I get. It's okay. But I do know a little bit about this. So, like, I know. I'm just not very good at telling you what I know. The next book that I got is Hail Mary, and it's actually signed by Miss Candy Steiner herself. Yep, right in there. Okay, so I am a member of her Facebook group, and every month we read a backlist of her book and then have like a Zoom meeting and talk about it. So the first time we did it on A Love Letter to Whiskey, which is my favorite book if you did not know. And there was only a few of us there, so she decided to send everyone that was there a copy of any book that we wanted of hers signed. So I needed this one, and now I have it. And this is the last book in the, I think it's the Red Zone series, Red Hot Zone. It's football. Okay, all the books are surrounded around football. This is book 4, the last book, and I think this is technically like a second chance romance, but I don't think they dated. It's either second chance or enemies. They knew each other when they were younger. Something happened, miscommunication, as there always is. And then when they get older, they meet again, and he has to like do some groveling, I think, which is always nice to see from men. So I'll be excited to get to this. I actually haven't read any of in the series yet, so I have them all but Quarterback Sneak, so I need to get that one. But once I do, then I can just binge them, if I so choose. I then got Always Mine by Laura Pavlov and Ever Mine by Laura Pavlov, and these covers just are gorgeous, and I don't care what anybody says. Like, discreet covers, sure, but sometimes people on the covers is just where it's at, and these I love, and I can't remember which is which. I think this is book 1, but I'm not sure, because no one puts any numbers on the side of books, which is brilliant. Okay, yeah, this is book 1, and this is book 2, and I think I already own book 3, so we're already cooking. Okay, don't know what they're about, just know they're small town romances. That's all I need to know. I don't want to cover that up so you can see, because they're both gorgeous. So that's all I need to know. Small town romances, I think it's Honey Mountain series, which just sounds cute. So I think these are on KU as well, but I just wanted the physical copies because the covers are gorgeous. I then was gifted A Love Like That by Jenna Hartley, which is book 2 in, I can't remember the series. However, oh wait, it's right here. An Alundra Valley novel. However, in the previous month, I had gotten the first book to this, which is just the man on the cover. She decided to change the covers, so now I have these people on the cover, and it doesn't match my other book, which I know to some people is fine, but to me it's not. Like, it bugs me. It bugs me wholeheartedly when my covers don't match, but I'm trying to get over that. But, so we have this, and I don't know what it's about. Should I, like, look at these and tell you guys what they're about? I feel like I'm a terrible YouTuber when I don't. But it's a lot of work to do that. I'm just saying. But I can do that if that's what you guys so desire. Shut up. I just read the back of this. Okay. So, he is a grumpy dad. Okay. He is a grumpy dad. He's a widow. And this one right here, she is much younger, and she's also his late wife's sister. Now I'm excited. Like, I was excited before, but now I'm really excited. So this sounds good. Sometimes I just add books to my wish list without knowing, and then you get a nice surprise when you figure out what the book's about. The next book is Fall for Me by J.H. Croy, which is book, I want to say 4. Is it 4? In the Light My Fire series, which are all like based around firefighters. If only this book was matte, it would be like my cup of tea. I just don't like it when they're not matte. So I have to hold it this way. It looks really weird. But these are all following firefighters, and for the life of me, I just don't remember which book this is. I had to look, but it is book 4, but I don't know anything else other than firefighters. It's fine. It's fine. I then was gifted Sea of Ruin by Pam Godwin. Okay, so this has been on my radar for a while because a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people who don't necessarily like historical romance like this. So, and I've never read historical, so I'm like, But I know it's a dark romance, it's historical, and it has to do with pirates. And I'm a big Pirates of the Caribbean fan. So, I know this has nothing to do with that, but like that's the only reference of pirates that I know. So we're just gonna, and it's, I mean, she's thick, but like she's probably worth it. So we're gonna give it a go. The next book I already own. However, I won a contest, so now I own 2 of them, and I'll probably end up getting rid of the one that I already have. But it's The Words. Y'all already know. I already read it, already loved it. However, this one is signed. So now I have 2. But we know The Words. If you haven't read it, read it. It's so good. It's a rock star romance, curvy heroine. Look up trigger warnings because they have them. But I love when I read that book. But so now I just own a second copy. Nothing much, you know. And then I also entered a giveaway on Instagram and I won Anastasia by Sophie Lark. And she is also signed because, like, why not? Like, I was just so stoked. So this is basically, you know, a retelling of Anastasia, which when I was younger, I loved watching that movie, even though like I swore it was always Disney, but apparently it's not. Like it, and I think, yeah, like there's illustrations like all the way through the book. Gorgeous. So now I can read it. I'm excited. I haven't read it yet. You know, I have a long TBR list. Like I have over like 600 books on my TBR. That's physical TBR. So like I don't like to talk about that because I sound excessive. But that's just how my life works. And then I got myself, I don't even know what the series is. It's like the Mr. series. I don't know. I know that's not it. But we've got Dr. Stanton. Yes, we do. Don't even know what your face looks like, but you're gorgeous. And then we have Mr. Garcia. And I can see your face. Gorgeous. And then we have Mr. Spencer. Sir. And so I don't know what those books are about, but I already owned Mr. Masters. And I know that's a nanny boss romance. I don't know what any of these are. However, there was a deal on Pango Books. So my fingers just did the clicking and now they're in my possession. Like my body takes over sometimes and I don't know what my brain just leaves. So that's what happened. I'm sure they're going to be good. If you've read them, let me know. But like T.L. Swan, the men are gorgeous. But now I have them and I will read them. On to pile 2. Goodness gracious. Okay. So these were not from Pango Books, but this was from a Facebook group that I'm involved in, and I saw the books and I was like, oh, they're pretty and I want them. So we've got Torn by Carrie Ann Cole, which I think these are their Mystic box or Dark and Quirky, but I'm thinking they're from the Mystic box. And No Tomorrow. And you got the sprayed edges. Gorgeous. I've never read a Carrie Ann Cole book in my life, but I want to. So, and I was like, well, if I like them, I would like the special editions of them. So I went ahead and bought them. Couldn't tell you what they're about. I can't remember right now. Like I knew at the time. I was like, oh, let me look it up and see if it's something I'd like. So I did. That's about it. And then I bought them. Sometimes I shouldn't be left to my own devices. Like that's what we're getting at here. Next, I have Give Me Love by Corinne Michaels. This is technically, I think, book 2 in the series. Like the first one's called Help Me Remember. I really need to start looking at the back of these books because they sound really good. So this is a marriage of convenience with 2 friends who are in the military, and then she ends up falling in love with her husband. Who would have thought? Oh my gosh. Look, you can never fake date, fake get married. You can't do it because you always fall in love. So this sounds really good. Sometimes, like I said, I just put books on my wish list and then just go with it when it gets here. And then sometimes you get a nice surprise and you're like, oh, that sounds actually really good. I then have a thriller because I still like to read my thrillers every now and then. And I had to get myself the Grady Hendrix How to Sell a Haunted House because while I did not like his last book, which was The Final Girl Support Group, that was a very disappointing book. I do like to haunted stuff. It's some, like, it gives me little shivers, and sometimes I just like to be scared. Just sometimes. So I'm hoping I do know there's, like, puppets in this book, and I don't know if they're haunted, and that gives me a little bit of worry, because all I can think about is that stupid puppet off Goosebumps.
Hello, Papa. How long's it been?
I don't like him. Me and him don't get along. So I'm hoping it's not too scary of a book, but I don't know. We're just going to see. The next book I got, this is purely because McKay from Oh Hey It's McKay here on BookTube was like, I loved this book. Read this book. It'll wreck you. And I'm like, well, you had me. It wrecked me. So Where the Mountains Meet the Sea by A.R. Breck. Now, I do know this does not have a happily ever after. So I got to be in the right state of mind for this. I mean, I'm okay with books like not having a happily ever after because it's like not expected. Because it's a romance, yes, but you're always expecting that HEA. And when it doesn't happen, yeah, your heart hurts, but you're like, oh, you know what? Props for you for actually going through with not having an HEA. But what I do know about this, I think this spans from when they're in high school to when they're older. I think it's dark. A lot of stuff happens. I don't know if she's a dancer or not. And he's a musician. I'm getting that vibes, but I can't remember. But all I know is she loved it. So now I need to read it. Am I scared? A little. But we're going to push through and we're going to do it. The next book I have is The Goal by Elle Kennedy. And this is just the last book in the Off-Campus series that I needed. So now I own all of them plus like the little like epilogue book where they all wrap up. Yeah. So I have that. Now I have this. If you don't know, Off Campus is following a set of 4 friends who are on the hockey team. And this, I'm pretty sure, is the last book. So I don't know if this is Tucker. Tucker. Right, this is Tucker. But I can't tell you the tropes because I don't know. But I just wanted it so I could have them all. So that's just how I am. I then got myself Love, Lists, and Fancy Ships. Look. I got this because it was only $3.97 at BAM. Sometimes that's how I justify why I buy books. It's only $3. You know what it's about? No. But it's only $3. So that's what we did. I think it's like she has like this list of things that she wants to do while she's on this yacht. And one of them was like to kiss a stranger. So she does. And then that sparks a romance or something like that. That's what I'm going with. It sounds like I know what I'm talking about. So that's what we're going to do. I'm pretty sure it is though. But I think there's like a second book. I don't know. Last pile. I promise. I am so sorry this is so long, but I really did not think I bought this many books. I have a problem. Okay. Goodness gracious. So on good old Pango Books, I went ahead and bought myself Bound by Hatred and Bound by Duty by Cora Riley. You know what? I don't even know if these are the next books in the series I need. I have book 1. I'm hoping one of these is book 2. If not, I need to get that before I can go on. So, but these are all mafia romances. Don't know the tropes, but I know it's in the world. The whole series is set in the mafia world. So, I still have to read the first book. Don't even know if I'm going to like her writing, but I went ahead and bought more books because I have no self-control. Not a lick. And then last month's book of the month, I ended up getting another thriller, The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth. And honestly, I liked the cover, but also this was the only book that kind of like caught my eye, so that's why I got it. But I knew it was a thriller, so I'm like, oh, I can't go wrong with picking out a thriller. So that's how my brain works. But I really couldn't tell you much. And like, I could sit here and read this to you. I really could, but then I had to put my glasses on. And I'm just feeling lazy today, so I'm not going to do it. You can look it up. I promise a little work won't hurt you. I promise. It's terrible. The next 3 books are all by the same author, and it is a series. The author is Samantha Christie, and we've got White Lilies. I hate that they're not matte. Like, just make every book matte. Purple Orchids and Black Roses. And I'm thinking they're either all following sisters. It's sisters. Yep. It is the Mitchell sisters novels. So, that's it. Don't know a thing what they're about other than following sisters, but I liked the covers and they were all on Pango Books, so I took them all. Don't judge me. I judge myself enough, okay? The next book that I got is Inevitable by Jenna Hartley. This is a series, so I think it's like Love in LA, and I don't know if this is like the ex's dad or the nanny. It was something that it was a trope that I liked. Okay, I was wrong. It's neither of those. It's actually her dad's best friends, which which sounds even better. So we've got this. So he's an older man. She's his intern, and she's gonna get more than she bargained for that internship. That's all I gotta say. I then got myself the last 2 books in the, what series is this? Is it Willow Creek series? I can't remember. By Melanie Harlow. So we've got Make Me Yours, Drive Me Wild. You can do both. You can make me yours. You can drive me wild. Small town romances. That's all I know. That's all I need to know. Melanie Harlow. I love her writing, so I can't go wrong with them. I just needed the 2 to finish out the series. And I wanted them before she decided to change them all to discrete covers and I could never find them. Because sometimes that's what happens and it drives me nuts. I then have Devil of Dublin by B.B. Easton. And I know this is kind of like a second chance romance. They meet when they're young. And then they meet again when they're older. Set in Dublin. I do believe it's set in Dublin. Do not lie to me. Do not be the Devil of Dublin and then not be set in Dublin. Just don't do that. But yeah, dark romance. Don't know much about it other than people seem to like it. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot too. Because I'm a follower. And then I have these 3 books, which I can't remember which way they go. I think it goes Rushed, Risky, Reckless. I think this is how they go, if I'm not mistaken. These are all by Aurora Rose Reynolds, and these are all part of a series. Oh man, what's the series called? Adventures in Love. That's what they're called. And I think they all do some sort of safari or outback type thing, wilderness. Look, the cover spoke to me and I didn't get them. These were gifted. So I can't say I bought these. But I just thought the covers were gorgeous with the people on them. And I know some people prefer the discrete covers. More power to you, but I just sometimes like the people. I then bought myself Tears of Tess from Pango Books. I know, they're why do you buy such heavy books? I don't know, because I'm a heavy person. That's what it is. This is by Pepper Winters, and I know that this book has a lot of triggers. This is a very dark romance. I'm pretty sure, is kidnapped and sold into human trafficking, sex trafficking, and I can't remember if she falls for the person who kidnapped her or falls for the person who's watching her before she gets sold. I know. Why do you read such? I don't know why I do, but I like it. So bite me. I'm just kidding. So very dark. I still might look up trigger warnings before I get started just in case, but I do have that one. And then I've got myself, no, I did not get myself this. This was gifted as well. Mile High by Liz Tomford, because it's everywhere. It's everywhere, and everyone's like, I love this book so much, and I love the second book so much, and I have FOMO. When it comes to reading, that's the only part of my life that I have FOMO. Everything else is fine. It's just the reading. I'm like, oh my God, is it good? Is it good? I need it. Let me grab it, put it in my cart, put it... the sickness. So I have this. I know it's sports, but I don't know if it's fake dating or whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't even need to know half the time when I go into reading my books, like I said, but I do have that one. And then on Pango Books, as I was scrolling, that stupid app, I just need to get rid of it. I need to I can delete it from my phone. But I found the out of print copies of Sophie Lark's There Is No Devil, There Are No Saints. I don't like those white covers. I'm sorry. I don't like them. I don't like the snakes on them. I wanted the people covers and I can't find them. So I'm like, Pango Book. I probably paid more than I should have. But I digress. I found them. I got them. They are a stalker. No, they're not. They're not a stalker. Serial killer. Serial killer romance. I don't need to know anything else. I love Sophie Lark. I'm going to read them. And I don't know which way it goes. I don't know which way it goes, but I will figure it out when I put it on my shelves. And then I got myself Dark Notes by Pam Godwin, and I think this is a cover from a box. Dark and Quirky. It's not Mystic. I don't know which one it is, but it's a special editions cover. So this is basically an age gap student-teacher romance where the girl is a pianist and she falls in love or has a romance with her teacher. And I hear it's very dark, right up my alley. Let's give it a go. See how I like it. Oh my God, we're the last 2 books, y'all. Weird, we did it. We did it. Okay, so another group on Facebook. I could get rid of Facebook app too. It's true. Oh my gosh. Someone had these copies of Confidence of Wildflowers and The Resurrection of Wildflowers, and I needed them. I needed them, so I got them. It's from a book box, and I can't remember which book box it is. Dark and Quirky. Okay. Look, I love the original covers of those books. I think they're pretty. You got, what are they? Blue and orange? Blue and orange, I think. But these with the people on the cover, shut up. I needed them. I won't get the other covers now. I read these last year. Absolutely loved them. This is the first one. This one's the second one. Age gap. Look up trigger warnings. There's only like 1 trigger, but it's a spoiler and I don't like doing that. But absolutely love these books. So these are the last 2. That is it. I don't want to talk about if I have any books from April already. Did I already buy books in the month of April? I don't want to talk about it. Look. If I buy myself books in April, it's because it's Easter. And my birthday's next month in May. So like, I'm just trying to justify all these book buying. I'm just trying to justify it. But that's it. That's the haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much if you stuck around for as long as you did, because I'm sure this is a long video because I did not realize I had this many books to talk about. Let me know if you've read any of these books down below, or if you enjoyed them, or if you don't want to leave a comment but you want to leave me an emoji to let me know you were here. Leave me like a few stacks of books, like not just one, because I've got 3 in front of me, you know, so just leave me a few stack of books. Just let me know that you were here. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new. I would love for you to join the family. All my social media is linked down below, my Goodreads and my Instagram, if you'd like to stay more up to date, like day to day with what I'm reading and just some behind the scenes action. It's not much. I don't live a very active life. But if you want to follow me, by all means. But I hope you guys have a great day and have a great Easter, and I will see you out in the next one. Bye, guys. Now I have to do a thumbnail, and this is what sucks. Aishi, why do I do this to myself? Now where am I going to stick all these books? That's the real question. Nowhere. They're all going to be stuck right back on the floor. Look, please don't fall. Like, I don't need that negativity in my life. I don't even know I'm not, you can't even see them. You guys won't know if all the books are in the picture. Oh, let's just get this first pile out of the way. First pile out of like 3, because I'm crazy out of my mind. So this one, I'm pretty sure this is a 3. What's a 3? This is a 3. Where is all that glitter coming from? Is it on the book? No, I just have a glitter house. It's like herpes, it won't go away. You want to give it a go? Whoa, whoa, gitchy. Okay. That's where my mind went. Okay. Don't need you yelling, neighbors. I am trying to film. That's rude. Shut up. I hate spring break. Go to school. Learn something. Oh my God. I have another pile. Oh my God. I still have 2 piles. Why do I do this to myself? Why?